Hello, it's Tracy Dix here from Wyrd Learning, and today I am on day 47 of my conversion card challenge, which is 54 days of powerful language patterns that convert. So today I've got show, don't tell. You've probably been told phrases like sell with emotion, right? Well, unfortunately, throwing a bunch of emotional words in your copy, for example, sad, excited, depressed, bliss, doesn't actually evoke emotion. So if you want to actually use emotion, you must use copy that shows and evokes the emotion that you want. Formula: identify the emotion you want your reader to feel. Write out the circumstance or scenario that would have them feel that. Include their deepest thoughts about the circumstance. Example in action. Turn: if you are an entrepreneur, chances are you are overwhelmed, aren't you? Into: here's what you're up against. You've got to learn copy, social media, email marketing, sales training, and tech just to see your first sale. And that's not to mention communication and presentation skills, or the teaching and delivery required to actually fulfill on your product, right? Okay, so first of all, I would say that for standard essay writing, you don't necessarily want to kind of evoke emotion in your reader, but it's more about evoking a sense of understanding and perhaps buy into the kind of persuasiveness of your argument. When it comes to other forms of writing, so for example, if you're doing a creative writing course at university, then as I said before, it is about using the type of language that evokes emotions in your reader rather than telling them to feel a certain way. And that really is the power of storytelling, and it's a very refined skill. Likewise, if you're doing other forms of assessment, such as a poster or presentation, then again you can begin to sort of explore and play around with thoughts of how to evoke emotion. In some disciplines, it might feel like there isn't very much scope to do this, because if you're looking at, certain types of cells or whatever, then it's hard to evoke emotion when it comes to something as kind of clinical as that. But think about the kind of ultimate goal of your presentation or of that particular research field. How is it going to kind of benefit individuals? Is it going to save lives? Is it going to promote healing? Is it going to be preventive so that it reduces suffering? In which case, you might want to kind of choose graphics a little bit more strategically to evoke emotion and gain like some kind of buy-in from your audience in terms of, oh, this is why it's important. It's about encouraging that sort of personal connection without sort of saying it, if that makes sense. So to give you an example, if you're doing a presentation, you can have an image filling the slide in your PowerPoint and then overlay it with some text, perhaps a few questions to provoke thinking, and you can adopt a similar sort of approach when it comes to posters as well. When it comes to technology, sometimes simple is best. And in terms of showing then, so a couple of practices are very common within specific disciplines such as history or archaeology, where it's probably quite common to show artifacts under a visualizer. But that's not to say that you can't do that in other disciplines as well. So kind of think about what sorts of objects you might want to use in a presentation or a demonstration, and perhaps consider how you might use something like a visualizer to just sort of jazz it up a little bit, so that you're not just, standing in front of your PowerPoint slides and kind of reading them, which it can be quite common for student presentations. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful for today. Do join me again tomorrow for day 48. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!